Good morning, good evening, wherever you may be. Hi, I'm Don Oshman, Editor-in-Chief of HideNet and publisher of HideNet Market Reports, and welcome to another edition of this week's Sunday Night Weekend Review. I hope you all had a nice Christmas, New Year's holiday, and for all our friends in Asia, I'm wishing you, in advance, a happy Lunar New Year holiday. It's holiday time. This week from Novo Hamburgo in Brazil, Ronald Guel, our Latin American editor, reports that rawhide prices were stable in Brazil this week and kills remain low because the economy is still poor and the local population can't eat enough beef to keep the abattoirs full to where they could be. Benchmark Brazilian wet blue sold between $1 and $1.25, mostly $1.22, $1.23, $1.24. Heavier average is $1.35, but the official price is $1.25. And people try and they fail, and some people succeed. Always a story when you hear about a trade. So-and-so did this, so-and-so did that, but you don't know about an existing claim or take some of this, take some of that. That's about every price, every place. There's always a story. Generally, in Brazil, sales were slow and profits are squeezed because the tanners can't get the fresh green prices down because the packers aren't killing enough and they have more demand than they have supply of fresh hides for the tanners. Ronald reports about crust and for automotive and for upholstery prices are unchanged, and a whole array of split prices in Brazil are listed each week, and those prices are steady. In Argentina, Paraguay, and Uruguay, prices were also steady, and a lot of people in that sector have taken holidays, their summer holidays, to that climate now. Brazil saw some improvement in leather footwear in 2016, but in dollar terms, their leather exports, this is the crust and the wet blue, were down 10% in value from 2016. From Europe, Andrea Guolo reports that from Bologna that UK ox heifers are steady at about $1.55 in pounds. That's C&F Italian tannery. And the same is for North German cows, which are steady, 32 kilos, between $1.45 and $1.50 euros per kilo, also delivered Italian tannery. Bulls, where Andrea's forecast last year were right more than 83% of the time, said that North German bulls traded on 39 kilos at $1.90, $1.95 euros, also C&F Italian tannery. Each one of our reports has a listing of, for example, of all bulls from all origins in the EU and many other selections like cows. So you can get a whole picture of the European market as well as UK and Ireland by reading our European market report. Andrea also reports that sheep and lamb prices are steady across Europe as well as Africa, which we also list every week. And Australia and New Zealand prices are covered and they have been steady too. Everything has been steady during the holiday period. And now Italy next week starts the Pitti, P-I-T-T-I, fair in Florence, the first of the fair season, which starts and goes on through September, October. And that's going to give some market direction, at least to the Italians. In North America, prices were generally steady. There is some firmness in steers. Benchmark 66, 68 pound heavy Texas sold between $77 and $79 C&F, but volume was moderate at best. Cow sector was steady but firm, and overall it was quiet trading this week, and the consensus is that all the hides produced were not sold, and that includes really a 4-day week because there was a national holiday here, the New Year's holiday on Monday. We have a report on some more tannery closings in the Guangdong area for tanners that weren't compliant with the pollution requirements. The authorities came in before the end of the year and shut down those that weren't, but the people who are compliant in the Guangdong area and in other parts of China are okay so far. There's also a story in this week's U.S. report about Chinese credit and currency challenges, and also how the U.S. cow herd is expected to expand, and how packer margins were exceptional in 2016, and that fostered the highest slaughter in years. More of the same can be expected in 2017, at least for the first 6 months, if not longer. So heavier slaughter in America and great profits for packers. The export numbers were small at only 288,000, but that was because reporting might have been reduced during the holiday period. It kind of throws everything off. This week's report in the U.S. also shows the 2016 weekly averages on both wet salt and wet blue hides, as well as shipping and outstanding numbers. You get a picture of how many hides are sold per week according to the USDA, which is another story we'll discuss at a later date. Each week we forecast the market's direction, and for 2016, we're proud to report that we were right 89% of the time. So, to be right 89% of the time, if you have a subscription to our market report, isn't that kind of worth the cost? Go to HideNet. Can you afford to be without it? HideNet.com. Get a free subscription and see how you can be right at least 89% of the time. Thanks for watching.